All right, so we have people currently painting our house and they're actually doing this wall right here. So if you hear noises, banging, talking, just any sounds, that is the background noise that's going to be happening during this vlog. Got really bad sunburn. That's going to be actually being an upcoming vlog when I talk about it. So when you see how red I am, that would be why, so please ignore. So in this vlog, I'm going to talk about a recent health thing that I had happen where I went to urgent care, and I'm gonna just talk about like that whole story. So let me wind it back and start at the beginning. Last week, actually not last weekend, today's Monday, so it wasn't this last weekend, it was the weekend before, so more than a week ago now. It was Sunday night. And this is what happens. I do the stupidest stuff. Like when I get injured is not when I'm doing something actually stupid, like skydiving or jumping off a cliff jumping, any of those kind of extreme sports. No, the stuff I do is like stepping on a tennis ball and I triple sprained my ankle. Just doing really dumb stuff. The last time I broke my arm, I fell when I was ice skating. I literally, when we lived in Wisconsin, you know, when I was 5 years old and younger, I took ice skating lessons. And so the first time out here that I went ice skating, I was probably like, I don't even know, 14 maybe, or somewhere in that age range. I hadn't fallen the entire ice skating experience. And in the last 5 minutes of the hour-long skate, I fell, and I fell backwards and I caught myself with my arm and I heard a crack. And one of my friends saw me fall and he was like, oh, nice fall. And I was like, haha. I wasn't with my mom. I was with like another homeschool family at the time. And I literally could not move my arm. I put my seatbelt on using my left arm. We went out to a park after and we're running around the park doing wild stuff. Maybe I was like 12, 13. And I just wasn't using this arm. It didn't hurt crazy. It wasn't swollen. I think I got home and told my mom, hey, I think I might have broken my arm. And my mom was like, well, it's not swollen. Like, my mom swears I didn't tell her for a couple of days because this was like a Friday, she thinks, and then we didn't go in to get it looked at until Monday. But I was like pretty sure that I had seriously injured it. And my problem is that when I seriously injure something, I usually don't tell someone until I've kind of analyzed the situation and then have decided that it's a serious injury. So when I'm really, really complaining about something, it's not actually that serious. But when I think I've broken something, I won't tell people. So anyway, we ended up going in, and yes, I fractured my arm when I was ice skating. And so I had a cast on for a long time. It was like a whole thing. It wasn't a total break, it was just a fracture. So for this story, it was 2 Sunday nights ago and I was talking with my mom. It was right before bed and I was like going like this. Let me reenact this and show you exactly what I did and do it again. No, we're not gonna do that. But I was gesturing wildly with my hands. Not even crazy, but I was talking and gesturing. And what I ended up doing is I ended up going straight down on this chair right here. I don't know if you can see this chair, but it's wooden and then it has 2 like wooden things that come up and they're flat, but it's about that wide. And so I ended up coming straight down on my wrist in this area on that. And I went, oh my God, that really hurt. And I think I made some joke of like, wow, what if I just like broke my arm again? Anyway, ended up really hurting that whole night sleeping. It was really uncomfortable sleeping. There was only one position I could sleep in where it wasn't uncomfortable, and that's what really tells me, like, usually when you're sleeping you don't wake up or you don't really notice something if it's not that big of a deal. And I was very much uncomfortable all night and very much aware of this arm. And so I woke up the next morning and I came downstairs and I was like, Mom, I think I might have broken my arm again. And she was like, oh, no. And I was like, oh my God, yeah, I think I did. That day I had a dentist appointment, so I ended up going to the dentist appointment. I got like a filling done. My teeth are so weird. I have very deep grooves in my teeth. Sorry, I'm having a hot flash. Look at that. My face is not sunburned at all. I don't know why it's this red. And so I ended up getting like a groove filled. And then also, this is gonna be a whole nother vlog. I'm gonna do a vlog on this, but my horrendous jaw pain for more than a year now, I'm getting a special retainer for it. So anyway, I had to get my whole mouth, not x-rayed. They do some sort of scanning thing now. It was fascinating, but I have a horrible gag reflex and my nausea gets triggered very easily. So when they're going over the palate of my mouth, like pretty far back in there, that was really stressful on my body. So anyway, so I literally went to the dentist. I did have a sling because I've done so many things to my arm before. So I had a sling that I just put it in because I was like, look, okay, if it is broken, I wasn't using it. That was the thing too, is like, I didn't feel like I could even pick up my phone. I just didn't feel like I could bear weight on it or like lift anything with it. I just wasn't using it at all. And so I was like, I'm just gonna stick it in a sling while I'm at the dentist so people know to like not hit it. So anyway, so I went to the dentist and I had contacted my doctor through the portal, and I was like, hey, I think I might have broken my arm again because it's acting kind of the exact same way that it acted before the last time I broke it, where I just don't feel like I can use it. It was very uncomfortable to sleep, yada, yada, yada. And it was painful if I tried using it. So anyway, went to my dentist, still had not heard back from the doctor's office. And this was like probably getting at to be 3 or 4 p.m. And I was like, all right, this is weird. Thankfully, they didn't have to lidocaine in my mouth, so I wasn't like slurring my words and stuff. But I ended up calling my doctor's office and I was like, all right, hi, you know, I sent a message and I just wanted to see like, can they send a script for an x-ray, or like, should I come in and get seen? Because it's very easy. Just send me off to get an x-ray. X-rays are walk-in at our local place. I will just get it checked out and then, you know, and then we'll know, because I don't want to use it if it is fractured or broken. If it wasn't, then I felt more comfortable using it. I just wanted to be safe and not use it and further impact the problem, because I've done that before. When I triple sprained my ankle, I probably just sprained it, and then by stepping on a tennis ball, and then I played an entire tennis tournament on it. This was before I was very sick. I played an entire tennis tournament on it, and then I triple sprained it because I really accentuated the problem. And so I didn't want to do this again with this. I wanted to be careful. So anyway, the nurse like answered and she was like, all right, let me go check. So what had happened is my PCP has been out of office for months now. She like broke her leg or something, and so she had surgery, and it was just, she's been out for a really long time. But now she's starting to come back, just responding to messages and stuff, but she wasn't responding. And the kind of fill-in that I had been seeing, she was out of office that day. So there was like pretty much no one in the office. So they were like, okay, if it hits 5 o'clock and you don't hear back from us, from your PCP who's only doing kind of online stuff, just go to urgent care and have them take an x-ray. And I was like, all right, that seems a little extreme. I just want an x-ray, just somebody give me a script for an x-ray, but it's fine. So 5 o'clock came around and had not heard back from my doctor. And so we ended up going to our local urgent care. And I was like, are you sure they have x-rays at urgent care? And they're like, yep, they have x-rays. And thank goodness it was at like a reasonable time. A lot of the urgent cares in our area close at like 9. And then there's only one you can go to. And my mom has not had a good experience at that one. So I tried to avoid that one. And so basically ended up going into the urgent care, and everyone was really, really nice. I really liked the staff there. Sorry for the sounds. You know, it wasn't really urgent. It was just like, I just need an x-ray. So it felt very calm and stuff, which was good. But anyway, we ended up getting checked in, went in, you know, sat down. They did all my vitals. They went through all my health history, anything they needed. And then the doctor came in. He was very sleepy. He was like this pretty old guy who was just, didn't even seem like he was fully awake, but you know, maybe it had been a long day or whatever. And so he was like, so what do you think's going on? And I told him the whole story, and he was like, all right, we'll just like get x-rays and see. Sorry for all the sounds. They're also yanking off boards because our house has a lot of like old boards that need replacing as they're doing the painting. So that's what all the banging is I'm yanking off boards and then like replacing them. Sorry, there's just a lot going on. But my room is very messy because I'm currently redoing it, and so I couldn't do it in my room. So this was the best I had, so sorry for all the noise. But anyway, oh, the front desk person had this really cool tattoo. It said, instead of memento mori, which I learned about through stoicism, which is like remember death, keep it in mind so that you live life to the fullest. This was memento vivori or something, vivori. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it was basically remember to live in Latin, which I really loved. So yeah, I was bonding with him over like how cool that is. And he'd heard of stoicism, so we were chatting about that. So had the x-ray done, and he came out and he was like, you know, I don't see anything, so hopefully it's just like a bone bruise, which can be very painful, but the doctor will like come and talk to you. So the sleepy doctor doctor came back and he was like, yeah, like I don't see anything, but the radiologist will actually read it tomorrow and you'll hear like officially from them. And that was it. He wasn't like, it could also be a bone bruise. He didn't even mention a bone bruise. It could also be this or this or that. So I had to ask, like, is there things I should do with it? Like, should I ice it or whatever? He's like, oh yeah, like you can ice it. Don't leave it in the sling. Oh my gosh, the lighting is wild right now. He was like, don't leave it in the sling because then you'll get frozen shoulder, which is one of the most painful conditions in the world. So I was like, all right, okay, I won't use the sling anymore. So yeah, so then we went home and it's literally was still painful. So I was like, all right, well, I'll just be careful on it tonight and not try to use it for anything. Of course, the next day I had to edit a vlog, which those cooking vlogs that we've been doing, the masked kitchen, the footage is about an hour of footage and I have to edit down. The last one was really long. I think it was 19 minutes. These vlogs where I'm just sitting down talking to you, it's about 15 minutes of footage that I edit down to 13 minutes. It's a very different edit experience. And so it literally took me probably more than 7 hours of editing, whereas these take about 2 hours to edit. And literally it was over like 3 days. So I had to use my wrist so much. My wrist was so irritated. But anyway, woke up the next morning and my radiology results are back. What was so annoying is that they never showed me the actual x-ray. I would like to see the actual x-ray. That was frustrating to me because I want to have like a record of my results. But my results are back and I did not have a fracture and that was it. Like no doctors contacted me being like, here's how to care for it, here's how to check to see if it is a bone bruise or what to do if it is a bone bruise. So I've just gone forward with like, all right, I'm just gonna use it because it's not fractured and I don't think a bone bruise can be made worse by like using it. I don't really know because no one told me. But anyway, I've just kind of been using it the last week and like I said, I had to do like 3 days worth of editing using this hand. So it's been pretty irritated, but it's been slowly getting better, I would say. So I don't know. I don't know if I bruised the bone. I don't know what happened. I don't think I could have sprained it with the way that I heard it coming straight down on something, but just a very silly injury. And it's just so frustrating that I'm a very safe person. Like I don't do adrenaline things and yet I always get injured in the silliest of ways. So that's my story of how I thought that I broke my arm. And thank goodness that I didn't because I just don't want to wear a cast. It just gets so itchy in there. All the dead skin coming off is nowhere to go and so you're itchy for like weeks. So I'm very grateful that I did not have a broken arm. But yeah, that's what's been going on in my life. So I have another masked kitchen coming up that I need to edit. I have a really exciting day event that my dad and I went to where I got the sunburn, where we actually watched horse jumping and we saw an Olympian back from the Olympics already. That was incredible. So I have some really exciting vlogs like coming up that have been in the works. And so those will be coming out soon. So I have a really exciting lineup for you all. I just need to edit them. I have so much footage. It takes so long to edit. And then I'll have some more health updates coming up soon because some exciting stuff has been happening. So stay tuned for that because I can't wait to tell you all. So yeah. Thanks for watching. Would love to hear your broken bone stories because I think they're always just interesting. Hopefully yours were a little bit more exciting than mine and not just doing something silly that you get injured from. But yeah, feel free to comment below if you want to share some of your broken bone stories. I know there's some wild people out there who have never broken a bone and I'm jealous. All right, I will talk to you all soon, my friends. Hopefully the noise wasn't too much, but we are getting work done here, not me. They're doing all the work. They're doing a great job. We love what they're doing, but yeah. All right, I will talk to you soon, my friends. Bye.